everybody, welcome back to RPG Imaginings. We are at Ghengis Con in Denver right now, and DJ, my bestest friend in the whole darn world, ordered a RPG product that he wanted me to unbox for him on the channel, and apparently this is a really big deal, so this should be exciting. This was $260 on eBay, DJ? So this is going to be significant. I have no idea what this is, but DJ is convinced that we want to see this, and I trust him. So we're just going to get right to it. And after we see what it is, DJ's going to talk a little bit about his understanding of the product and what's going on. And so I think I can just sneak it out of here. I'm doing this without an unboxing knife, which is out of the element, but what are we going to... What? Whoa! So, DJ, we're going to turn the cover here, because under these circumstances, we all know that we are looking at the first page of Deities and Demigods to figure out what's happening here. And so I'm looking here, and I'm reading upside down, but here, I'm just going to turn it just so that I can read what's going on here. You know, I don't see any edition number marked at all here. Is that because this is a first edition of Deities and Demigods? Nice! And so if we turn to the table of contents here, we should see things that we expect. And as we go down the list, we see things like Cthulhu Mythos, how interesting. And we see things like Melnibone and Mythos. And so Deities and Demigods, this was one of the first really supplementary books that was released for Dungeons & Dragons. And it looks to be in really great condition. There's just a little smudgy here, but honestly, it just looked like leftover from a sticker. But yeah, it's in great condition. And so $260 doesn't surprise me at all. So DJ, what do you want to tell us about Deities and Demigods? Because I know a little bit about the history, but you know even more. So what do you want to say about this?
So, hello, I am the friend DJ. I've been mentioned many times, and Mike is my bestest friend.
True.
And I love hanging out with him. And
True.
I am so happy that he is able to join me at Ghengis Con again. I had this book back before 2008, and I moved away from Lincoln, Nebraska, and I was stupid. And I gave away 6 boxes of vintage gaming goodness, and this was in that box.
In the great Albuquerque incident.
In the great Albuquerque incident.
Yeah, when, amongst other things, you were doing elevator repair work.
Yes.
Nice.
And I gave away my Deities and Demigods. Now, my copy was beat up. This is in much better shape, and I'm actually really pleased with the shape this is in.
It's actually I mean, the pages are actually crisp, which is surprising.
Yeah.
We have Great Race of Yith, Deep Ones, basically all the classic Cthulhu creatures and deities are in here. Migo, Nyarlathotep. You know, the history of this book is one of the storied histories in role-playing, in that, you know, Chaosium, through Arkham House, I believe, own the rights to publish within the Lovecraftian mythos. And Chaosium was actually really cool about this situation. And they said, you know, we're not going to do anything, you know, maybe just give us a credit at the bottom of the page, so we would expect a Chaosium credit here if this was a later edition. And the fact that there is no Chaosium credit is a huge sign here.
Well, they ordered TSR to remove it. No other editions of this book has those in them.
I'm going to correct you there because I just saw Stu Horvath. I just read Stu Horvath's book.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think that Chaosium ordered them to do it. They actually never did. I
have seen them without it, though.
Right. It was removed. TSR just proactively removed it. Even though Chaosium said all you have to do is, and so my Stu Horvath did some digging on that one because that is one of the big misconceptions in the hobby. And Stu's understanding after he did a bunch of research is that Chaosium did not require a removal. They just wanted an indication. But Gygax and the team at TSR decided that it was just legally prudent to remove it. And so they removed it anyway. At least that's my understanding. Now, of course, I'm happy to be corrected by anybody in the audience. And, once I get back home, I'll check Stu Horvath's book here. I don't know what the deal is with the Melnibonian mythos, though. Do you know anything about that?
I know that it is not in later editions.
Okay. And I don't know anything about... Michael Moorcock is still alive today. So it's not like... it was quote-unquote legal for Chaosium to use his intellectual property in their book. And so here we have Elric and Moonglum. Oh, do you hear those listen to that page. Yeah. It's been a long time since I read the first 3 of Elric of Melnibone. But obviously classic pieces of fantasy literature. Yeah. Wow, the Melnibonian universe just keeps going and going. They really devoted a lot of pages to it in here. And then we get to the Nawan mythos, and so Farford and the Grey Mouse are in here as well, which I actually did not know that. I did not know that Farford and the Grey Mouser made it into this either. I mean, obviously, Fritz Leiber's work was a huge influence over early D&D. I highly recommend Fritz Leiber's work to people in the audience. I've read a couple of the Farford and the Grey Mouser stories, and his writing is excellent. Some of the best fantasy writing I've read is in those books. And this was the beginning of city concepts in fantasy role-playing, I think, because that's what Lankhmar is all about. And so most of that series of books takes place in the city of Lankhmar. And so that's where we get this roguish, stealing, investigating, which is a trope used to this day. I mean, heck, we had that trope in a game with Luke Gygax this weekend, which people like it. So, it's not exactly a shock that it keeps appearing in role-playing games. What's a page that I haven't shown that you want to see?
I don't know.
Here's our table.
Second page.
Page 4. There's a preface by Jim Ward in here, who is one of the authors. Okay. Credits and acknowledgments. Special thanks are also given to Chaosium Incorporated for permission to use the material found in the Cthulhu mythos and the Melnibonian mythos, which Chaosium had the rights to Elric at this time, Elric the RPG. So this is at least a second printing, is what we know then as a result of that. And this is editor's introduction. Wow. Explanatory notes. Ooh. The explanatory notes go on and on and on. And then finally we get to the American indigenous peoples mythos. Cool. Dang. Were you searching auctions for a while before you found this?
Only for a day or two.
Okay.
I had found one that was about $30 higher. It was right at $300.
Yeah.
And then I went to look at it, and this was buy now. This wasn't an auction.
Nice.
And the other one was buy now, and I didn't. And then I went to look at it, and it was gone. And then I went and found this one and bought it right away.
Nice. I think you got a really good deal because I have seen really beat up physical copies of this in game stores. I'm not saying that I agree with the pricing, but I've seen really beat up copies labeled at like $400. So wow, that is awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us, Deej.
Well, thank you for doing an unboxing for me.
You bet. Have a good one, everybody. I'll have more coming at you on RPG Imagining soon. Bye-bye.